at the starting point. I also say that the camera will float this price. That is what makes you to see the other parts of the tire map made. And this, my also is the tire map. Tire map is the implementation of the game.
Okay.
I see the tiles by I set them, and if I also I pick the tile map here, but if I don't solidify it, it should just be transparent. So I have to solidify all the tile maps. So at the beginning, sorry. So at the beginning, I set the code to 0. That's why as you start it every time, it starts at 0. And at the beginning, it starts at the countdown of 2 minutes. So I made use of codes from these different categories. I say when the counter is, if the score is greater than or equals to 50, then see, show game over. If I lose, to show you hear the blizzard effect, and if I win, you hear the confetti effect. This block of code right here shows us if this price here overlaps with this at any position, to change my score to -5, that means my score will decrease by 5. And to play this sound, and after that, the sprite goes to any other position on the tile map. This is what this goes to. Over here. And also I use the same way for this one with these other pickup items. That's why after I get them, they appear on any other position of the tile map. Different sounds. Hear the sound. The different sounds assigned to them. This block of code right here shows this. After when the game updates every 500 milliseconds, that is 1 second, the
Hi, Dominique. Are you saying anything? I can't hear you.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, your audio is back. All right, so you were explaining your controller?
Sorry, can you say that again? I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Shows this block of code here shows that when the game updates every 0.5 second, except for 1 second, it sets this array of all permutations. Then it sets new location to random value from this list. These are the variables use this location.
Okay, so you created your variables yourself?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Great job. I can see that your code is quite extensive, which is, I like to see things like this because most of the times, I used to have a maze game on my phone back then, and we just played the game without knowing the amount of work that has been put behind the game. So thank you so much for sharing. It was really fun. And as a challenge, um, I would like for you to introduce one more sprite that's gonna chase after your car. And whenever that sprite meets your car, it's like a minus point. So as a challenge, I'd like you to do that. See if you can do that. That's gonna require more coding, but a challenge is always good, right?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks, Dominique.
Okay.
All right. All right, thank you, Dominique. Can you stop sharing now? Let's see who is next. So Dominic took our programming megabyte course using Make Code Arcade. And the next to be called would be Paul. Paul took our programming byte course using the Scratch programming language. Paul, are you ready for your presentation? All right, awesome. Great. The floor is yours. Can you share your screen? Tell us your name, what class you're in, and what your project is about before you start presenting.
Okay. My name is Oyekola Paul, and I'm in SS2. From the game, I want to introduce now.
Oh, please, you can speak louder. You can speak louder. Somebody cannot hear you. Or place your, what do you call it? Place your speaker near your mouth. Place your speaker near your mouth.
My name is Oyekola Paul. I'm in SS2. The name of the game I want to present now is Hungry Shark. Here's that game. So the more it eats the fish, the more your score increases. Yeah. And it has no score. It's games where I can so if you tired about the game. So you just continue playing it and the fish continue from pick up.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Can you try to speak louder? So what's the name of your game? Did you name your game?
The name of my game is Hungry Shark.
Hungry Shark. All right, great. And
Sorry,
so
Paul. Sorry for interrupting. Can you remove your earpiece, please? To make you more audible, remove it from the computer, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, Paul, have you removed it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, I think it's better now. Okay. So, can you walk us through the coding for your Hungry Shark game? I see that there are a lot of sprites being used.
Firstly, I took the backdrop I needed for the game. So after taking that, I took the shark as what I need for the game. So when I went to my event, I took when flag is green. So when you click on the green flag right here, your game will start. So I went to the control button. I took the forever block. Then I went to the motion. So the shark could follow anywhere the mouse pointer goes to. The mouse will follow it where it goes to. And this I took this from the control block also. So if the distance to the pointer is less than 5, then it moves towards. It's greater than 5. It moves 10 steps to so where it points where you want your shark to be. So then I took another sprite. Then I went to the control. I went to the event. I took the so I took the event. I went to the event. I took one sprite click. I made the variable with the score. So anytime I click on the green flag, it changes the score to 0. Then all the fish, you won't see any of the fish, like the shark wants to be like that. Then I took the angle x-axis to be 230 minus 230 on the x-axis, and on y-axis it should pick randomly from 80 to minus 80. Then I took a forever block. Then I said the fish should create its clone of itself. Create the clone of itself. Then it should wait 1 second, and the next costume of the fish should come out from this. Then I took another, like when I start as a clone, it should show, then point in the direction of 90 degrees. Then I took a forever block. Then it should turn and pick randomly from 10 minus 10 to 10 degree, and then it should always move 3 steps forward, and if on edge it should bounce back, so it won't go outside of the. So then I took this if if it's still the shark, that means it looks as if the shark has eaten it, so you should change score by 1. And I went to sound and went to adjust the sound of them. If it eats any fish, to sound like this up, and then the fish should hide. Then you add 1 score to your that's all about it.
All right, awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. I love what you did there with the repeat. So you don't have to create the same code for all your sprites. So you did one sprite and then you made a lot of adjustments to it. Good job. It shows that you display the understanding, the fundamentals of the coding itself. Good job, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So what's your highest score so far for this game?
like 1,000.
2,000. Wow. Okay. That's
1,000.
gonna, oh, 1,000. Okay, that's gonna be hard to beat. All right. No. Hopefully you can share this with me so that I can try to beat your high score, huh?
Okay.
All right,
But,
good job.
sorry, madam. Madam,
Yes, ma'am.
what
Yes, sir.
this particular project of is to me, well, apart from the fact that the shark is eating up smaller fishes in their own ecosystem. You know, we know, although naturally, if you've been watching the Nat Geo Wild or you are an animal lover, so you will understand that it's an apex predator. I'm talking about sharks is an apex predator, but that does not mean that it doesn't have some other predators or some other things that could happen to it, like human beings, like other things. And I think that there's need for him to do something that will probably be against the shark, so that the shark is safe, or if the shark has not grown up, because if the shark is growing, are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yes, sir.
It can, you know, because sharks depends on the type of shark. Sharks surely eat sharks too. It depends on how big you are. So you need to at least be able to become so big in the environment that nobody would like to attack you. I think that one could even make this thing more interesting and could really be a very fantastic game. That's just what I want to say.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I actually agree. That would be very it would be a fun sprite to introduce. A bigger predator for your hungry shark. I look forward to seeing that, Paul. Oh, I think Paul got dropped off.
Why? I think the mom is there. Mom is there.
Okay.
Oh, the mom has dropped off too. That is the reason.
Oh,
Samsung.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It must
So
be
that's
probably network.
the network issue.
Okay.
Maybe when they come.
All right, sir. So while we're waiting for Paul, let's move on to Boyega. Boyega, are you on?
Hello.
Hi, Boyega. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. Are you ready for your presentation?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank
So
you very much. Sorry, madam. Thank you very much. Boyega, this is the way somebody who has confidence, who understands what he wants to even present to us, supposed to do it. You are clear. In fact, you are making me to feel like I want to listen to you. I want to get, to get to learn from you. Unlike the other two people, they do their best. They understand but the fact is that it looks as if they don't want to talk to us. But you are giving me the hope that you are going to impress me a lot. Yeah, let's start, Boyega. I love that.
all right. Thank you, sir. Awesome. Boyega. So what course did you take with us this time? So, and what's your presentation going to be about?
I am in course 3 in MakeCode Arcade,
Awesome.
and I am going to present a game.
All right, great. Can you share your screen?
Coming.
All right. Okay, so can you start your game? And let's see what your game is about, and then you can walk us through the code.
Okay. first food I went to pick up was set background image to scene. And the name of my project is shooting in the sky.
Shooting in the sky. Okay. Can you expand your game and then play a game for a couple of seconds?
Okay.
Yeah, put the game on full screen.
In my
Full screen
game,
mode.
you shoot projectiles and earn scores. When an enemy hits you, you lose your points and your life.
Okay. Can you hit the full screen mode? That is the last button in that row. Yeah, there. Okay. All right. Can you play it again?
When you lose all hearts, you die.
Okay, so are you trying to avoid the missiles?
I'm trying to avoid them.
Okay.
And if I hit them too much, I lose all my hearts.
Oh.
And I'm also trying to hit them as well to earn points.
Oh, I see. Okay. So your game starts with how many hearts?
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
I said your game starts with how many hearts?
Okay.
Grega, I think
First
there's a
off, my
okay.
game starts with about
Grega, there's some background disturbance with your audio. Can you stop the game? I think the sound from the game. Okay, all right. All right, much better. Okay, so now can you walk us through the code?
yes. The first thing I did was go to my scene to pick out what my background would look like. I went to scene and picked out set background image and placed it in. Then I went to editing and drew my background. The next thing I did was
Grega, can you try saying something? I can't hear you. All right, Grega, can you hear me?
in my
Okay.
connection.
All right, you're back. You had a problem with your connection?
Was my connection.
Okay, all right. Try resharing your screen again. Okay. All right, so you were at, after you set your background, what else did you do?
The next thing I did was go to extensions and picked out scroller. Then I went to scroller and picked out scroll background with VX and VY. In VX, I put -50, and in VY, I put in 0.
Okay.
The next thing I do is go to info and pick out set life to 5. But in this part, you can put any number.
Okay. So does that mean the number of lives that your bird has is 5?
Yes.
Okay.
The next thing I do is go up and pick out sprites and take out set my sprites to a kind of player. Then I go here to draw my sprites.
Okay.
After drawing my sprites, I go to controller and pick out most sprites with buttons. So then of that, whenever I use the buttons up, down, left, and right, my sprites will follow this command. Now I need a way to keep an eye on where my sprite is. So I go back to sprite and pick out my sprite stay in screen.
Okay.
After picking it out, I put on to make sure the command is on. The next thing I do is go back to controller and pick out on A button is pressed. Then I go to sprites and scroll down and pick out projectile with VX and VY.
Okay, so
After
does that
that-
mean your projectile on the y-axis and the x-axis? The VX and the VY.
No,
Okay, so what does it mean?
the VX and VY tells how the angle will go. If this VX is bigger than VY, it will end up going either up or down or center. But if VY is bigger than VX, it will end up going backwards.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
The next thing I do is draw my projectile. And then instead of sprites, I replace this with my character's name. Next thing I do is go to game milliseconds. So I pick 1 second, which is 1000 milliseconds. The next thing I do is go back and pick out my enemy from here, how I want my enemy to look. And instead of set to player here, it's going to be set to enemy. I still go back to sprites and pick out, set my sprites to X. Then I go to scene and pick out screen width instead of a number. The next thing I do is go to sprites and pick out change my sprites by Y and by random, which I can also get from math. Pick random.
Okay.
But the first thing you do is turn this into a 10, which you can see here. But on that screen width must also be a 10. So you have to be careful with that part. And pick out this. You can replace it with any symbol you will need. You put in negative and put 10 on each side. Then I put in my screen width here. The next thing I do is go back to my sprites and pick out velocity. Set my sprites velocity. This will tell me how my sprite is going to move. Is it going to be up and down or forward straight? So I pick out negative 50. 52, in fact. Negative 52. But it doesn't exist here. So what you do is go back.
Hi, Boyga. I think the network is being. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I think Boyga got dropped off because of his network. While we're waiting for Boyga to join, we are actually at our 1 hour limit for the project presentation for today. So unfortunately, we might have to round it up here. And okay, Boyga is back. Hi, Boyga.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. All right, so because we're out of time, we might have to round up the project presentation here. Were you almost done with your presentation? You were
Yes,
gonna tell us. Oh, okay, all right. So you were gonna tell us the velocity, that it only moves in multiples of 10. All right, can you reshare your screen? Okay.
So what I did after setting my velocity, which is negative 52 and by 0, I went to Sprite and picked out on sprite of kind of player overlaps other sprites of kind of player. Instead of putting in when my sprite overlaps another type of player, I am going to put in a enemy. This part will show how it will work. So when I'm done with that, I go to sprite once again and pick out destroy my sprites. And I press the plus button, in fact. You can pick out any effect you want. And then you have to show how long the effect will last for. Normally 500 milliseconds is good enough. Then after that, you go to scenes and pick out camera shake for pixels. In this, you don't have to change anything. The next thing you do is pick out play sound, match one, which can be found in. So I go to music, go and pick out play the sound. Well, play the sound magic wand and pick it out and put it here. Then I go back to info and pick out change light by -1 and place it in. And then we pick out this sprite again, but instead of player here, it is going to be projectile. You can get your other sprites from here, a duplicate, and you can place it anywhere. So you pick this out and put it here. Next thing we do is destroy sprites with hearts. In this part, it's going to show how the projectile will be able to destroy the enemy. So what we picked out is destroy by sprites and effects or any type you want. And we do that again, but instead we put in sprites instead of other sprites. And the last part is we go to music and pick out play sound, big crash. And last of all, you pick out change score by 1.
All right, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for presenting. I enjoyed your game. So if you could please send this to me, share it with me so that I can play also and see if I can beat your high score. That'd be cool.
Okay, so
I look forward to that. I love the way you explained in detail. And it also shows that you really understand. Oh, thank you. Help post the code. I'm sorry, the link on the chat so anybody that wants can go play your game.
I'll send it now.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was really fun walking through the code with you, and I look forward to more challenging projects from you. And Mrs. Adeomi Adekola.
I am a mister. I'm a
Oh,
mister.
Mr. I'm sorry, sir. My bad. You had your hand raised. You wanted to say something?
Yes. Wega, what a fantastic job. The fact I say is this, for you to really give more maneuverability. That's the ability for your sprite to maneuver the enemy's shots. That's your projector. There is need for you to probably allow it to have some kind of, instead of 1 degree of movement, because that's 1 degree of movement, which is just on the x-axis, you could allow it some kind of movement on the y-axis too, instead of just saying it is 0. It makes it for an easier target. Just if you are designing tomorrow right now, I know that you are going to get over that 1 minute, but if you are designing, for our Air Force or for our airplanes tomorrow right now, we want the situation that you won't forget to know that there's need for kind of up and down, if it's possible, for your sprite. You understand what I'm trying to say, Buega?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, ma.
Good job.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Adekola. Just before we round up the meeting, there was an unnamed user that wanted to say something. You unmuted yourself. It says Samsung SM A135F. Okay, it's not. All right, so we do have another project presentation that started about 10 minutes ago. So unfortunately, we would have to wrap up this project presentation session. Thank you everybody for joining, and we do look forward to seeing you in the next level where you would get to learn more things and present more challenging topics. Thank you to all our students. Thank you to all our parents, friends, aunties, and uncles that made time to join us. And bravo, kids. I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye. Have a lovely rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Bye.